There we go. It's working now.
There we go.
It's working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting.
Oh no, it's live. Like,
What's
live.
wrong with mine?
We're live.
We'll share it.
All right,
I'm gonna share it.
share it, and then I'll share
sharing
it.
I can't share it because my phone's our webcam.
And you're on Facebook jail.
Yeah, I'm in Facebook jail.
Yup.
F Facebook jail, please.
Can
Hashtag
we make a
free
hashtag for that?
Hashtag free Kevin.
Hashtag free Kevin.
Hashtag free Kev Wild.
All right, share it. Yeah, go ahead, share it. You got it? You're sharing it?
I'm waiting for Sean.
Oh, you're waiting on me?
Yeah, share it. Bum ass.
Oh shit. Hold up. Okay. Yeah, and I shared it on my Facebook. I'm gonna put it on
Alright.
my Snapchat story now.
What
Alright.
up, gang? All right,
Let's get started.
let's get started. Pull up the topics, baby.
Yeah.
Wait.
So, all right.
I'm getting my life together. Hold up.
Get your life together,
Wow.
bro.
How do you add links? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Copy link.
Oh.
We're so unprofessional, but
Yep.
except Kevin because he's done this for so many times.
Yeah, but it's just technical issues that
Technical-
we're running into.
Hence, missing camera edition, low budget edition.
Okay, Instagram now. Oh my god. Ian, you ready?
Just
Hit it.
let's do it.
Okay. All right, let's get the show on the road. So, boys, welcome to the SNP podcast,
Welcome.
episode 2 of season 2, missing camera edition. So right now, if you can see, there's a little bit of delay in from what we're talking and what is showing on the camera. It's because we're actually using my phone wirelessly as a webcam because I forgot the camera. I should note that. But we will be having better equipment as the season rolls on. At least the audio will be good. So, getting us started, we have a few subjects here today. We're going to be talking about Samurai Jack Battle Through Time video game.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be out for the PC, PS4, Xbox, and Switch. We're also going to be talking about Adult Swim games, Japanese developer Soleil Games. Then you're going to be talking about a concert you went to with
Yeah.
Stitched Apart and Burned in Effigy.
They were really good.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that
and then
one.
our thoughts on Star Wars Season 7, Episode 1. Did you watch, Sean, did you watch that episode?
Hell yeah, I did.
I was
So
there
yeah,
with
So
you.
yeah, let's go
Yeah,
let's go ahead and introduce everybody who's on the show right now. You got me, Kevin, your host with the most, and then we got Ian,
I'm so tired. 12 hours later from a shift.
and then we got
Sean, the one and only.
yes.
The
Okay.
only. What, the
Follow me on
only.
Instagram, Sean X Sebastian.
Oh, I actually want to make an announcement.
What?
We have an Instagram now. I wanted to surprise them, both of them, but we do have an Instagram. I have to pull it up real quick because I.
It wasn't much of a surprise if you followed us. Like,
But our Instagram is under smp.podcast. So look us up, follow us, and we'll post some updates too, as well as a bunch of memes.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's start with some of the topics we're going to be talking about.
Mhm.
So recently, let's start off with the one I have, and then we'll move on to these other ones.
For sure.
Last night, I watched the My Hero Academia movie, Heroes Rising. Do you guys watch My Hero Academia?
I
No?
just, I
You
just
know, I
literally
ju-
got into anime.
I heard about it, but I was
Never
just,
watched that.
I saw the title though.
Yeah. Well, for me, I I don't really watch the show that much. I will make a point, but I do know all the characters. So I just because it's really popular, so I always look it up. I did watch the movie though. Basically, the synopsis of it is the heroes of Class 1A go to. They get assigned to a job where it's not like an internship. It's like they're actually heroes on the island. Mm-hmm. And Class 1A basically has to be real heroes on it. But it was a pretty cush job. It's like basically like they were working in Hawaii or something, But then I guess some villain shows up there and he has the powers of All for One. So he starts like stealing powers and whatnot.
Pretty much he's God.
Yeah. I'm not going to put spoilers on the movie since these guys haven't even watched the movie. But I will say my first impressions of the film was I enjoyed it, especially as somebody who doesn't watch the show. It was kind of cool to just see everybody. And there was a lot of action. Like there's a certain fight scene. Like it was like the end fight scene where just so much goes on. And I was like, yo, these dudes are blowing up this island.
Like how graphic was it? Like how graphic? Like those. I know with some of those anime movies, like it's like the clouds and like all the explosions.
Oh
it's, like,
yeah,
all
it was
different colors.
it was insane. It was pretty good.
That's really
for me, on the scale, what are we gonna use? A 1 to 5 rating, 1 to 10?
Let's do a 1 to 10 rating.
1 to 10 rating. I would give it, as a standalone movie, not having watched the show at all. I would give it a 8 out of 10.
First impression on that. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look up on the Rotten Tomatoes too,
Yeah, it does really well.
it did. Yeah, 98% on the audience score, 90% on the tomato meter. I mean, that seems like a good rating for just like that movie alone. Either for whoever did not watch the series, just watch the movie alone. Now people want to go back and watch the series now.
Yeah, I do think that anime movies either are becoming more mainstream, I guess would say, in the Western market, because when I was at the theater, there was a decent amount of people in the theater. Mm-hmm.
Which theater did you go to?
I went to Regal Theater, like AMC in Warrenville or some shit like that.
Wow.
Yeah. That's because with one of my friends, I wanted him to watch the movie, but the theater close by my house, he'd be late to work after the movie, so we went to Warrenville, so it'd be like closer to his work, like 2 minutes away.
I watch cute anime shit.
Yeah, cute anime shit.
Really?
And then also, whatchamacallit, moving on, because I don't want to put spoilers on it. I also recently been playing a video game. I don't know if any of you guys have gotten it. It was along with the Humble Bundle titles of video games. I was playing Frostpunk.
Frostpunk.
Yeah, so never heard of it. But Frostpunk, I had it on my wish list for a long time. But Frostpunk basically is like one of those city builder type games, and this is kind of like my guilty pleasure. Oh, I shouldn't say guilty pleasure. My hidden pleasure. I love
roller coaster tycoon type
something,
okay.
But except the thing in here is that it's set in like the 1800s, and it's like got steampunk-ish like technology, and basically the Londoners, people from London, or from the Empire, have to survive the second ice age. And it gives you like these scenario playlists to play through.
So it's like literally hence that movie Ice Age.
Yeah.
It's like more.
Oh my god, the freaking baby from Ice Age. Dude, that's like the new meme right now.
But yeah, it's just like you have to keep your people, like, keep their hope up and make sure they're not pissed off because, like, why are we doing this? Why are we trying this? Because we're trying to survive, man.
So it's like a mixture of not only Roller Coaster Tycoon, but it's like Diner Dash kind of thing.
Well,
Clash of Clans.
No. That you have to be a leader of the city and just like make sure they survive through the second ice age.
That is so Clash of Clans.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. That is crazy. Where can you get this game?
Well, on Steam, but I don't know if the sale is still there, but on Humble Bundle, they usually have like every month they give out a bunch of games. If you subscribe to them for like $20 a month, and then they just give you a bunch of games every month.
And this is like an independent game.
Well, Humble Bundle?
No,
Oh,
the
no.
Punk.
Steampunk? I forget the company behind it, but it's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun game.
What just happened?
Technical difficulties. Like I said, we're literally streaming this on a low budget. So
Streaming from my phone. All right. So you put down a thing, Samurai Jack Battle Through Time video game. Explain.
So this was really amazing. I was just like going through Facebook, and one of my Facebook friends, I cannot remember who it is, but then it just started getting shared like nonstop. But Adult Swim Games, the / like a Japanese developer, Soleil Games, they have announced there was a trailer that went along with this. I really want to watch it. I didn't want to spoil myself, but I just wanted to get more of a description. So Samurai Jack Battle Through Time is pretty much the entire. From what I've seen and what I've heard, it just looks like the entire series alone, but the graphics are a little bit better because this is the same developer, the same game development that made, I think it was the latest Naruto game.
Dude, should we like pull up a trailer or something?
Yeah,
Like,
you know what?
Let's do that.
Here, hold on. Let me share so the audience can see it as well.
Of course. But yeah, so it's going to be on PC, PS4, Xbox, Nintendo Switch. Surprisingly, I mean,
Switch gang.
yes, Switch gang. I mean, this is going to be crazy. So, yeah, the trailer is I haven't seen the trailer. Personally, I haven't seen the trailer yet, but we're about to. So,
Ooh.
this is a treat for all of us.
Yeah, dude, I'm hyped.
This is
I'm so hyped.
I'm
right
really
now.
hyped right now.
I'm hyped.
So,
you got me
Okay,
worked up.
put
I
it-
need some
pull it
more
up.
wine.
Let's
Okay,
pull it
here we
up.
go.
but yeah, it's pretty much it goes through the entire series. Aku is in there. Rest in peace, Mako. My goodness.
Zuko.
Samurai Jack. Then we got Battle.
That was
Time.
Mako. It was
Oh
Uncle
my
Iroh.
gosh.
Yeah, dude.
Here it is. Is this it? Yeah, that's the game trailer. Look at it's this. It's like the graphics. They really stepped up their game. So
Okay, let's see this.
Wait, hold on. We got to make sure they can hear the audio too.
yeah.
Fuck, you should.
Oh, because it's muted.
Oh,
Okay.
let's restart it from the beginning.
There we go.
Let's do a
Got to get
reaction.
back. Time has lost its effect on me. Still, my sword is as sharp as ever.
Pause that right there. Hold on.
Oh.
You see what I'm-
running back more.
You see what I'm talking about? Those graphics, though, they really
As
stepped
ever.
up their game with this graphics. Look at that. Oh, shit.
It's not over yet, samurai.
I have nothing to fear.
The future is mine!
All things come to an end. Even the future.
Rated T for
Get
teen.
it. Right. That's good. That's good.
So,
That looks pretty cool.
those graphics, though, man.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a game I would play. Did they give like a release price on it, or did
Nah,
they
so
determine-
far
It's probably gonna be $60.
Yeah,
Let's-
it's like
in
it's
this
the
day
common
and age,
$60.
No, not $60. Like some of the best games I've played, they release at like $30.
This is definitely a $60 game.
Yeah.
Like this is without a doubt on release, it's gonna be $60.
And
Like, I
this
can
is the same.
merch.
This is the same company that if I can go through it. It was the same one. It was the same developer that made Naruto to
Shinobi Strikers.
Shinobi Striker. Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. And it actually see if you look at the at GameStop or Steam, it's got like a 6 out of 10 or a 3.8 out of 5. But those are honestly just like different reviewers. But
If
it depends.
it's cheap game, I would get it.
But it says on Google users and the audience alone, it's a total of 91 to 96% love that game. And it's almost the same graphics as... It's like similar, but it's more like realistic kind of thing. Spongy.
For me, I don't know. If it plays well, I like it. Because I'll play games that are like from 1994 and shit.
Definitely.
That's me.
All third-person mode and... Dude. That
All
was
right.
crazy.
And then... All right.
Wait, actually, one more thing. Kevin, did you hear about Google releasing a game console? Like, I think it was not that long ago.
Which one? The Stadia?
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
What
We
is the
talked about
Stadia?
that. We talked about that in the previous episode back in season 1.
Oh,
Google, Google Stadia basically is their platform is they play they use their hardware and it plays the video game for you, and it just streams the image onto your computer. So you could have a shitty laptop and play games just fine on it.
Oh shit.
So like you could play on your little MacBook Air, attach a controller to it and play a game. So I mean that's something really useful for your gamers on the go and stuff like that. The only thing is you need a very strong internet connection. So considering, in my opinion, the U.S. internet infrastructure kind of sucks. I don't know the availability for all.
I will just use my GPU and run a game.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but
I'll pass Google.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
But so moving on to another video game thing. So if you know Steam's return policy on their video games is if you play under a certain amount of hours of the games, you can return the game, right?
Yeah, it's like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I remember
2
correctly,
hours.
'cause I've returned a game on
Yeah.
Steam before.
Yeah. So there's a thing. So there's another platform I like to use. It's called Good Old Games, GOG. And their entire premise is that any game you buy on there is DRM free. So that means you don't need to have GOG on to play the video games. Because like with Steam, you need to be connected to the internet to play any of your video games. Or at least,
Obviously,
yeah.
Don't they have an off? I forgot
They
Steam
do
has
have an offline mode, but I'm just saying like Steam needs to be on to play your video games. Remember back in the old days, you install a game and you could just play it, right?
Well,
Oh,
no, it was
man.
you didn't install it. You had a disc. You put it in the.
Yeah,
disc.
yeah, but like basically later on you were able to install games, but you install the game and you can play it, right? Well, GOG basically lets you play their games DRM free. You can play that. Aside from that, they just came up with a new return policy, and it's super generous. So basically, as long as you return the game within 30 days,
dude,
you can return the game no matter how many hours you have played the game.
dude, that is fair. That is
So let me
beyond fair.
get this straight. You can say like I had like a 4-hour game or something. You can play like a 4 to 5 hour game. It could be like like a RPG or some sort of just a really really long game. You can play that whole entire game, beat it, do all the side missions, do whatever
And
within
then
those
return.
30 days, and then you return it.
Yeah, and they'll give you your money back.
That's like every
That is-
other
that
department
is a
store, like
short
clothes
RPG
kind of
if you
thing.
can
Yeah,
do
I
it in
mean,
30 days.
I think it's insane.
I'm still playing Skyrim, bro.
I think okay, so with that, I think it's a great return policy. It's really good for the gamers, but what I'm afraid for, it's going to be really bad for the gaming publishers or whatnot. Because what if there's,
It's bad business.
what if there's some bad people who would just play buy the game, play it through, and then just fucking return it. So they'll just play the game completely free. I don't like that portion just because it's, I don't know. Basically, you gamers, make sure if you like a game, man, support them by fucking keeping it, bro.
For me-
Don't play the game through and then fucking
For
return.
me, I
Yikes.
think 48 hours is like a super fair return policy. Like if you like 48
Two-
hours, like I think 48.
No,
hours.
no. Because there's so many times where I'll fucking buy a game and I literally don't play it for like months after I bought the game.
Yeah, that's actually
You
true
don't
with me.
think 48 hours is fair? Like I think because I mean compared to Steam's like 2-hour playing of the game and then you can return it. Like
Yeah, but like it's just like you can return it at any time.
Wait a minute. You like 48 hours or like 2 hours? Or is that what you're trying to say?
It's like within 48 hours you can return the game. No, I think the 30-day return policy is totally fair.
It's like an extended demo.
But I'm just saying. I really don't want to see a bunch of people take advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's basically my.
Someone
entire-
take advantage of it. Like,
you're just playing a really extended demo of the game.
If they do that, but let's see how it plays out. Let's see if they don't peel back that return policy if people don't take advantage of it.
Do we want to make a bet on this?
Do we want to make a bet on it?
I say 3 months tops.
Man, here's the thing, man. For me, I like to choose that I believe the best in people, but I expect the worst also. But
It's a hit or miss. It's like it can't be balanced out like
hit or
that.
miss. I bet they never miss.
You know, it's either support the game or just return it. You know?
yeah, well, turn if you don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Let's move on to next subject. Okay. So, thoughts on the Star Wars new season,
Ooh,
episode
me.
1.
That's me.
So, start us off, Sean.
Ooh, okay, so.
I cried, but
Ian
continue.
cried, but-
I haven't watched it, but go
Dude,
ahead.
No, so what did it's like really
Spoiler alert!
No,
Spoiler.
No, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Okay.
I am not gonna spoil it because it's just like it basically it's just like if you're a fan of like the Clone Wars, it's just like something a little bit satisfying. Am I not? Oh no! I was talking to the wrong side this whole time. I think. Oh. Oh,
Wow.
I
no.
hope you all hear him.
Oh wow!
Or
I
else
hope you
you
heard
can
me.
hear-
No, but if you're a fan of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, I think that you're gonna be a little bit satisfied. They brought back so there was this unfinished version of this same episode, but it was completely different. So they changed a lot of stuff up, and it was pretty cool. I liked it a lot.
So, like, first impressions of it, what
The
do you think?
visuals are like 10 times better than anything that.
The
Yeah, that's what I
previous seasons?
noticed.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
like it was a beautiful, beautiful animation style that they chose for this.
Totally
it's like
different
totally
from- yeah.
different, totally different.
It's like they went above and beyond these graphics.
Yeah, dude,
Okay.
like they
Like
I
how do you
don't
how do
know-
you
I don't
explain
know.
like all you graphic designers out there or like all you artists out there, like if you watch this episode and compare it to the previous episode,
No,
like
if
the
you
previous season.
if you compare it to like season 1, which was or even the movie, like
Season 1 is
looked
like
like complete like unfinished garbage, dude. Like visually, but the story was just like what kept you in. But like it just looked terrible, dude. Like
In the first season.
the first seasons, like are not even just the first seasons.
I mean,
like
it was
just like
Cartoon
the
Network.
first season, like it looked so unfinished. Like you could tell that like it was not pretty.
Probably just, they were like, it's like, oh, we'll see how far this goes.
Yeah, dude. I think it was like a testing waters.
I mean, I think that's kind of like how everything goes. Like, even like with this show, it's just everything progressively gets better.
I mean,
yeah.
me personally, I'm not a fan of like 3D animation, but I appreciated it. I'm really like into like what is it called, like cell animation, like
Cell shaded?
Yeah, dude, I'm like
So
that's
kind of like with the Samurai Jack
yeah,
video
dude. Like,
game.
look at the posters. I got Dragon Ball Z over here. Like, that's what I'm into. Like stuff that looks like that. I'm not really into like 3D like animation.
Gotcha.
I mean, there are like shows that incorporate 3D elements into like their cell animation. Like it's just like a 2D, looks like it's 2D, but then you see like a whole like a tracking shot of like the characters running, or like I think a good example is Legend of Korra, like the Nickelodeon show. Like it was very like 2D.
I like that
It was
show.
2D, but then like they had a lot of 3D elements, and I
Yeah.
thought
Yeah.
I appreciated that a lot. Like
Okay.
that's something I can vibe with, you know.
Mhm.
Like a lot of animes I think do that now because anime is still going with their very like 2D style, and then now it's just like they still have like 3D elements.
Mm.
So
It's like
Uh,
back
yeah.
and forth kind of thing.
Oh,
Mhm.
also, gang. Usually with the show, like going backtracking to like the show itself, we usually have it on Facebook Live and YouTube, but your boy is in Facebook jail, so I can't even post to the fucking page, man.
Free Kev Wild.
Yeah,
This is to Mark Zuckerberg. Free him, please.
Yeah, man.
He's in jail.
man,
Yeah.
fuck bots.
I didn't even like post nothing. But apparently, if you save a picture, like there's this collection things. If you save something that's against the community policies, they'll fucking put you in Facebook jail
Then
for
why
it.
even post it on Facebook in the why
Right?
would somebody
I was
post
like,
it on
somebody
Facebook?
else posted it. It's not my fault. It's their fault, man. I didn't even share it. I
Go
just
to the
saved it.
source, not
They-
to the ones that share it.
But no, what they should do is enable it, like the playlist that I save shit on. It's private, so nobody else can see it but me. So it should be like, if it's like a not public playlist, then who gives a shit? I'm not circulating it. But
free Kevin.
But, let's go on to our next subject.
because we're using my Facebook, and I'm afraid I'm gonna get banned because I know him.
We're not
No.
even streaming on
Yeah.
Facebook, dude. Like,
Yeah,
you're
we're not.
fine.
It's on
Yeah, that's
YouTube.
YouTube, but I'm still sharing the video.
But okay, so did you recently just go to a concert?
Yes, I did. Oh, jeez. I got to go through my history real quick.
Yeah.
But I did go see a show. It's like I said in the first episode of the SNP podcast, my guitarist from Ignescent, Joey Sepulveda, and Chris Calix, both from Ignescent.
Holla.
They're in another band called Stitched Apart. They are Villa Park, Chicago kind of based. And man, when did they play? They played
Wasn't it like Saturday?
Was it Saturday? Man, I can't even remember because
I
they're
think it
playing.
was-
They're playing tomorrow again at the Wire. Same thing, but I think they're playing first, and the show starts at 7:00. It's the same place at the Wire in Berwyn, Illinois. So anybody?
Shout
in
out Berwyn.
Yes, Berwyn.
Gang,
But
gang,
they're gonna-
gang, gang.
The band that's gonna be headlining is From Those Ashes. I've talked to them on Instagram. Great group of guys, and they are down to earth, and they're very like they're metal, man. It's metal.
Yeah.
It's metal all day.
Metal.
It's all metal in that show. But yeah, what's funny is I just posted because the reason why we delayed the podcast is because technically we could have started at what 9:45.
No, we were supposed to
Yeah.
start at
Nine-
8:45.
I know. Well, because we're on a low budget, of course. Of course.
I know. I just forgot my camera, man.
That's okay.
This setup took forever.
I know.
Plus Kevin in Facebook jail. Plus everything.
I know. We're really professional, aren't we? But like I was saying, so what was I saying?
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
lost track because we're just literally the whole setup and trying to free you from Facebook jail.
Yeah, they're not gonna do
But
that.
we
That-
have it-
it's gonna be in like 2 days, so next week I'll be good.
But
I'm out of Facebook
But-
jail in 2
but-
days.
But it was a couple days ago, and yeah, they did their show. And I gotta say, the sound that whoever the sound guy was, or it was just a really good night for a show.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded amazing. Like you can hear, like everything was mic'd perfectly, well balanced. Monitors were great. That's what I wanted to say. So the reason why we delayed is because I had to go drive and drop off something real quick. I had to drop off dinner
Yeah.
for my girlfriend. Shout out to you, Liz. I know you're working tonight. Love you, babe.
Lizard.
But while I was driving, I actually downloaded one of the videos that I took at the show. So I want to share it to you guys. It's
Hold
so,
on. Let me
it's so
let me
funny.
enable the.
But while I was driving, yeah, I was downloading this video at the
Do your
same
thing.
time. Yeah.
this thing looks so funny, like right above our heads. It's like, hey, look over
I hope
here.
it's there. Oh, here it is.
There's a giant TV above me.
Dude, there's a huge delay between the video.
I
feed.
know. I'm like,
It sounded so amazing. It was so crisp. We got Jonathan Rose. Derek, can you please, when I see you, can you tell me your last name? We got Joey Sepulveda. We got Christian Aguilera on bass brother.
Christian cut his hair.
What's that?
He cut his hair.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
No,
We'll talk.
way.
Yeah, he did.
He
Yeah.
cut his hair.
Let's pause real quick because for those who don't know, Christian did have long hair.
He said he was gonna keep it.
Unfortunately, I have to confirm with this source, but he had to cut his hair because of a welding accident.
Ooh.
Meaning
Welding accident.
meaning his hair caught on fire.
Oh
Yo,
shit!
that's lit, bro.
That's
fucking wild.
That's metal, and I'm pretty sure
That's
that's
metal
why.
as
But I don't know if it's a joke or if it's real. Christian, I really need you to tell me if it's real or not. But he looks good though. He looks good. I told him
Looks
like
clean.
he looks clean, and he's like he
Dude,
got the muscles and everything.
He
but
told me last week, he was literally like, I'm going to keep growing it out. Like, I'm going to keep growing it out.
But I have to confirm with this source. Maybe in the next
It's
episode,
gone.
I'll let you guys know.
Yeah.
But he got the muscles, the short hair, and everything. But I talked to him because he stared at me, and I was just like, dude, you seem like that guy's like if I walk into a bar and you just stare at me, and I feel like you're just gonna punch me in the face for no apparent reason. That's how intimidating. But he's awesome. But shout out to Stitch. What were you gonna say?
No. Go for it.
But shout out to Stitch Apart. They had an amazing show. I was blown away.
And it sounded good like when I heard the little intro.
And Joey was sick. Yeah.
Joey, who's the one singing right now?
Yeah.
And he's the guitarist of the band? Of the Gnessin?
Yes, he's the Gen guy.
Jen.
Oh, you said that in front of him? Oh my god.
That shit's just like a joke. Just saying, no, I mean, I'm not saying Jen's is a joke. I'm just saying.
I enjoyed that 101.
But yeah, that seems pretty cool. And you said, so this is Stitched Apart, right? And you
Yeah.
said, what was the other band? There was another band you put on the thing.
Oh, Burn of Effigy? I was not expecting that at all. So they first started as like an instrumental band with like a lot of sweep picking and a lot of dissonant chords and just a lot of cool like pretty much nonstop shredding.
Yeah.
So they decided to add a vocalist, and it pretty much turned into Viking metal kind of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, so
I like Viking metal.
it went from Trivium Metallica like riffs into Amon Amarth.
That's kind of cool.
And the vocalist was like he was ready to there you go.
Yeah.
But overall of the show, this was honestly their best show that they have.
That's
that
very
they had.
cool.
And I firmly believe that tomorrow is going to be another good show for them. So shout out to you guys. I'll be your plug. So tomorrow at The Wire in Berwyn, Illinois, I believe doors open at 6:00 and the show starts at 7. And I think they're first up to play. So I don't know if I'm going to be there tomorrow because I'm tired from this 12 hours and I have 1 to 2 hours under my
He
belt.
literally
cute.
was gonna come in here like, in scrubs and shit.
Yeah, but Ian, have you done duty?
See, this is why I'm civilian. These guys are military. I'm
I'm
civilian.
ex-military, so I'm lazy as shit.
So
I'm
you
a
got the
reservist.
military, you got the X, and
No,
you got the civilian.
I'm a reservist. I'm a civilian in uniform, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, oh my gosh.
But
So
yeah.
shout out to them. Shout
But-
out to Stitch Apart.
So shout out to all them. So guys, on the show, we'll make sure we have the camera set up. Audio listeners, you guys are just gonna be getting the same content, so you don't see our ugly mugs. So you guys are just getting the same content.
For those who are new to our SNP podcast, first of all, welcome to the gang. Welcome to the family. We really appreciate you because we did see an increase in likes on Facebook. Shout out to Robert Patrick from I Manifest because he just started booming away with advertising us and telling people to like our podcast.
Oh, who did that?
So there's this one band that we used to, I think it was in Janesville, Wisconsin. I think this was like a couple months ago. This was last year, somewhere around. But we played in Janesville, Wisconsin at the Back Bar, and we played with this other band called Order to Chaos.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think it was a couple weeks ago that they disbanded. But the guitarist, the bassist, who's now the guitarist, and the other guitarist, who's now the vocalist, which is Robert, they formed a new band called I Manifest, and it's pretty freaking heavy. It is heavy. It's gent metalcore with a slice of deathcore. So think of Whitechapel meets just any metalcore band for real.
I would like probably for maybe some later episodes we could interview at least like, you know, founding members of a band or like leaders of bands. Like I really want to get Smash Potato on here. I want Alan and Eddie on here.
Alan, Eddie.
So
okay. Here's another.
Dude,
segment.
you should message them, man, because I've already messaged them.
They liked one of my posts. I think they liked from the first episode.
Yeah.
I mentioned them in the, I think it was like in the comment section, and they just put a heart on it. I'm just like, all right, you guys are gonna be scheduled.
You should message them and tell them to fucking come on the show.
Here's another segment.
Suit.
Yeah. Here's another segment. So
I'll wear the chicken suit while they're here.
for real.
I'll do that.
Do you have?
I'll do that.
I think maybe this is another segment just to keep the
Shout out
podcast a tiny bit.
2008,
Yeah.
2009. When the hell did that happen? That was like 2009, right?
It was a long time ago. I don't remember. It was a very
Let's keep
long
the
time.
podcast a little bit going, but let's introduce a new segment. Just like plans on interviewing on bands for the latest episodes. So I was talking to my band Ignescent, and you know whenever we're free, I told them any Thursday. So we're definitely gonna plan something, and who knows,
something.
we could sneak in a song or two. Maybe acoustically, who knows? But
Oh, like an unplugged edition.
unplugged edition.
I mean, in the technical aspect of it, I gotta
Low
get it set up. I gotta get it set up. I gotta figure that out.
Use your group text.
Definitely, like the talk show portion of it, I would like to do that.
Definitely. So yeah, I think
Definitely, like for the most part, that I will guarantee that would be on the show. I would like for the talk show part, and then they could introduce their socials, promote themselves on the show, and as far as like unplugged stuff, like
we can. It's sometimes we have to go above and beyond.
we gotta figure that out.
We
but-
still got
But yeah. So guys, thanks for dropping by. Audio viewers, love you guys. I always try to make sure the show is at least perfect in that aspect for you guys. For our visual viewers, you can see us on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Just not today on Facebook Live. But thanks for dropping by, and that was the SNP podcast. See y'all in 2 weeks.